A very good morning to all our students. So today we'll just study about the next module which is there in our syllabus, that has basically to deal with product design, and followed by the third module, that is product development. In the earlier classes we have discussed in detail about product life cycle management and details about product data management, details about what is the strategies of PLM. As discussed in the earlier classes also, the most important focus point of this subject is the product. And in module 2, we have to study more about product design and then product development. So this is subject includes a lot of basic points, fundamentals, which are basically dealing about various aspects. So the title of the syllabus has been given product life cycle and management. Some courses are under the name product design and manufacturing. Some are product design and development. So these together form a very large group of different methodologies in studying the subject. As I know, basically, if your country, we are very good at manufacturing, and then we are also very good in assembly. The main point where we are lagging is basically in the design aspect. We are good at manufacturing, we are good at assembly, but we are lacking in design. So even you can take the example at automobile industry, we do have a very big manufacturing hub in India where automobiles are manufactured and then they are exported to other countries. But when it comes to design aspect, somehow we are lagging. So that's the reason why this subject will play a very important role in deciding about the product life cycle management. Here, it is not only essential for you all students, but people who are in manufacturing line, people who want to become entrepreneurs, people who are innovative, people who want to have their own realistic product development. They need to study this subject in detail. Now, to begin with, already as we have discussed, product is the most important part. So what is a product? Product is something which is required by the customer and satisfies his needs. It's a simple way to define a product. Simple words. Arvind sir. Yes, sir. Arvind. Good afternoon. ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಹಾ ಕುಡೇಕರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆತ ಆತ ನಾನೀಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ರೈಟ್ ಸರ್. ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಆತ ನಾನು ವಾದಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ ರೈಟ್. So in our country, this is one aspect where we are lagging. So that's the reason why we need to stress more on product design. You take any industry, they have very little budget for R&D. R&D is the research and development wing of any industry. And we should know that for a company to be successful, to prosper, to grow, the product is the only deciding factor. A good product will always make the things easy for the company to survive. So that will explain to you what is the importance of a product. A company has to regularly update the design of a product. There are two things. Either you have to go for new design of the existing product, upgradation of the product, or you have to create totally a new product. These are two things. The difficult thing is creating a new product may be very difficult because it's not difficult, but it depends on your innovative capability, how you uh, have that idea which has to be converted into a reality. This is a very continuous phase. As we say, change is way of life. Without change, nothing exists. If the company thinks that the product it has manufactured is going to stay forever, then it is under the large amount of misconception, which ultimately will decide the failure of the company. You can make a large example of so many companies which have failed just because they fail to develop a new product or upgrade the existing product. Such is the competition that if you don't change your product, if you don't upgrade your product, if you are not able to satisfy the needs of the ever aspiring customers, the likely chances of failure will be very, very high. Let us take the example of Maruti Udyog Limited. Its first and very popular model was Maruti 800. So, if they had a very successful run with Maruti 800 in the earlier days, when basically they did not have much competition from their counterparts in those days because of still the economy was not liberalized. There were a lot more number of multinational companies into the sector. That's why they prospered earlier. But as we grow, they realize that their success depends on launching new products. That is the only way how they can survive in the market. So, likewise, we can give a large number of examples where things will be clear that product development, product design are very, very important. Next comes the aspect of product design. See, here there are two words which you need to be very clear in understanding: product design, product development. Okay. When I say product design, it is purely related to engineering design, where only the technical aspects are considered. That is, the design already you know. You might have studied in your earlier semester how to design a product. Purely technical, how the product is to be created, how it is simulated, how it is modeled, what are the materials used, and finally you prepare a model and then it is a test run and then put into production. These are aspects. When I say product development is a bigger term which will include many factors, many other things, of which design team is a small section. Apart from design team, the product development process has to include the customers, the vendors, suppliers, the market condition, economic factors, all marketing strategies, launching strategies, how it has to be launched in the market. All these total together is called as product development, whereas product design is only a small part or a very important section of product development. So in your module 2, the stress is on only product design. On module 3, the stress is on product development. Okay. They are more or less same things. The most is product design, product development. So What is product design? Designing a product which will satisfy the needs of a customer. That is the important definition of a product. Simple definition of product design is to create a new product to be sold by a business to its customer. That's the beginning and end of it. Okay. It is to be created, sold to the customer, subject that it satisfy the needs of the customer. So as earlier also I've discussed, why we have to develop a new product. A new product has to be developed for the survival and growth of a company. Take the classic example of Nokia. It was one of the leading mobile manufacturing companies 2 to 3 years back. It failed to switch over from the QWERTY keyboard to the smartphone. That is the reason why the company has failed and has lost badly its share in the mobile market. So, see, basically, you can see any product. For example, you can see automobile. In 1920, how were the automobiles, and in 2020, how were in 100 years, you can gradually notice what are the changes in the automobile products, automobile car. You take cameras, you take your two-wheeler, you take aviation aircrafts, earlier aircrafts, present aircraft. See, it means that every product has to be kept on changing. Why we change? See, whenever, see, what is the reason for iPhone to develop such a large series of models? Why can't you stick it to one model? So today we have iPhone 10 or iPhone 11. Because the customer wants change. He wants to include more features in the existing product. See, that is the way how you have to capture the market. If you stick on to one product, you cannot see. That is the reason why again product life cycle management is important. You have to know which product is in which phase of PLC, whether it is in introduction phase, whether it is in growth phase, whether it is in maturity phase, or whether it is in the decline phase. If you know in which phase the product is there, then as per that you can plan the strategy. So product design is must and should for every company to upgrade the existing product or to develop a new product which can be converted from the basic idea into reality. So it is imagine and convert that imagination into reality. Okay. So as you know that product design, basically I have got this PPT which I am going to share with you. Along with it, I am going to share you the notes also. In notes, you can again have a detailed idea about what is the new product design. As you know that any design process, product design, will have a large number of phases, which are very basically you have might be knowing. First is the defining need of the need, project problem definition, then the simple modeling, simulation, testing, preparing prototype, and then the manufacturing. So it's all about the basic design process, which you are all related. Okay. So whenever a new product design is to be launched, you have to take the feedback from a lot of factors. Which factors? Of course, customers are there. They are the people who are going to use it, for whom you are designing the product. Marketing people, sales people, all those things. Okay. Now, basically, the question is, what is the role difference between product design and development, product design and manufacturing? See, whenever you design a product, you have to design it in a view considering whether it can be manufactured or not. That is most important. The designer should also be in touch with the manufacturing aspect. Some products are casted, fine. Some products are forged, Some products are manufactured by press metal, by pressing. So, and of course, nowadays you should also be aware we have got advanced manufacturing techniques, sintering methods, using lasers, which we call as rapid prototyping, additive manufacturing. These are all advanced methods of manufacturing a product that will make things easy for the designer. So overall, what we need to is when you design, you should also be considering the manufacturing aspect that whatever you design should be manufactured. Comparing the materials, what is the process involved, all these factors should be considered. So based on that, the product design is to be decided. Now, what is the need for the product design? Already, orally we have discussed. First thing is that you cannot run with the old product for a long time. You cannot keep your customer unsatisfied. He wants change. He wants better things. You have to see that if you just stick on with the old model, the profit is going to come down. The company is not going to prosper. Other competitors will overtake you. And the existing products already see there is one stage that is called as maturity stage in the PLC. There are very few products who are still sustaining in this phase. It means that they have still not declined. Why the company is maintaining them under maturity stage? It is because of this new product design and development. Still, there is market for that product. Why it is there? Because your strategy is that you have upgraded the product, you have designed it. You see, iPhone 1 and iPhone 10, the difference is quite available. Still, iPhone is there in the maturity phase. It isn't introduced, it has grown to become a success now in the maturity. So it is still in that maturity phase because it is still not declined, just because of the product design and development that is continuously taking place. Okay. See, manufacturing, marketing, these are all other things which are not that vital. So if you see the figure, it comes to your mind. The most important and the influential factor or the deciding factor is the design. So design is something which has to be given more importance. A successful design will make the product successful. One simple example I have given here is that of a bicycle. You can see the figure. The present day bicycles are there. Earlier bicycles were there. In 1918, there's a simple model of bicycle. Earlier, rear wheel was bigger, front wheel is small. Then again, both wheels became same. Then again, front wheel became big. Then again, variations are there. Now we have got, you might be knowing, even though bicycle was invented in 18th century, even today it is going on. Now it has taken a different version. It may not be the regular. People use it for aerobic activities. They want to traverse in a pollution-free environment. Still, the bicycle is improved. Bicycles are different for ladies, for gents, for sports people. The latest materials are used. They make the bicycles very light in weight, more ergonomically designed. Gear options are there. You can switch the gears, 6 to 7 gears. So the present day bicycle industry also, because it is sustaining, that is you can note down. Similarly, same way you can take up an assignment where you can show how the earlier cameras were there and the present camera is how it has shifted from analog to digital. Same automobile industry, what was the automobile in the earlier days, now how they are. Same for aeroplane aviation industries. Like that, every product you can take and notice how it has been developed through the ages. Okay. So if at all the product has not been successful, the reason for that is basically is your poor design. You have kept the cost high. When I say cost, again, that is a difficult thing. There is one separate subject for engineering students that is called as value engineering. See, in PLC, if you can have, for every topic, you can have one subject. When you design, you have to take the human factors into consideration. If you take that, ergonomics itself is going to be a subject. Design is a separate. Rapid prototyping will become a subject. Similarly, value analysis or value engineering itself is one subject. See, whenever you want to fix the price of a product, that is called as what? Value engineering. How we are going to fix the price of a product? See, that product value should be justified. When the customer purchases it, he should feel that yes, he has paid the right price for the product. Either is going to be too less, nor is going to too more. So that is about value analysis, which we'll discuss later on. And some reason why the product fails is management influence, because the management will continuously influence the design team. They say that reduce the cost, reduce the cost. In reducing the cost, they may compromise on some other quality. That also may be reason. Because of competition, the product may fail. Because of poor marketing, also the product may fail. Because of poor launching, it is unable to reach the market. Or in some cases, again, when we go to the forecasting, your forecast may fail. The market size is less, but you have presumed it to be very large. These are the reasons for the product failure. Now, designing is a very small of development. Whenever you want to develop a new product, that is in the third module, what are those strategies? Idea generation, idea screening. You have an idea. What is meant by idea screening? In a regular industry, they call it as brainstorming sessions, where all the people are invited from different departments to share their views about the new developed product that the company is supposed to develop. If the idea is good, a lot of options are there. Among that options, best is selected. And then the third is, once the idea is approved, the next is converting that idea into a reality and then further testing. So one, two, three, these are part of product design. Here, one, two, and three, there are more or less to do with product design that you'll be studying in detail, or it might be knowing. Idea is converted into reality. Next things, what are there? Marketing strategy, business analysis, further upgrading the product, test marketing, and commercialize means launching the product and then